Good afternoon. Welcome to Long Live Third Parties Podcast. Free Press Media Press Inc., a third parties books publisher, sponsors this podcast. I'm Andrew Bichard.
Greetings. Welcome to Long Live Third Parties Podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
Friends, today we have Jean-Michel Creviere from the Green Party in Michigan. He's going to talk to us today about his upcoming election and all the great things he has been doing for the Green Party. So welcome to the podcast.
Thanks again.
If we can get started, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If we can get started by you giving us introduction to who you are and how you got involved in the Green Party.
Certainly. My name is Jean-Michel Creviere. Very, very close on your pronunciation. You went the French way. I can't blame you for that. So, most people call me JM. I'm running here in Michigan in the 2nd District for Congressman of the United States of America. Currently held by a Republican in a staunchly Republican district. And that's pretty much the big reason I got into it. Is pretty much I opposed everything that the incumbent stands for, and still do, actually. So that's what got me involved enough to want to run against him. So.
Excellent. So when did you join the Green Party?
2006 or so. I think it was Nader LeDuc. It might have been before that, actually, too. So
you've been in the Green Party for a while then, huh?
A while, yeah. I had enough with the two main parties, and the Green Party really spoke to me. So that's where I got involved.
Excellent. So in this race, what issues and causes are you focusing on?
Being from Michigan, I think the Great Lakes is a really important issue. My opponent voted to allow dumping of toxic chemicals into the lakes. I'd like to have a Creviere bill that would eliminate all toxic chemicals and being dumped into the Great Lakes. I think that would be a good start. No Line 5. I think fossil fuels, working on, green infrastructure, something that's a lot bigger than what anybody else has proposed.
So in Michigan, you're running for the 9th District.
Second
District. What area of Michigan does that represent?
It's the western side of Michigan, lower Michigan, from Holland, where I live, up to about Ludington, and then across to Grand Rapids and up from there. So it's a pretty big swath of land, which also includes Manistee National Forest, where I've done a lot of hiking. So it's Grand Rapids surrounding area is a big part of it. Muskegon, Holland, Grand Haven, Ludington are all some of the bigger cities in the district.
So how many representatives in Congress does Michigan have?
I believe there are 14. That's a great question. I should know that. I'm thinking there's like 12 or 14 districts. I'm not sure exactly on the number.
So running for your office, what are the ballot access requirements in your area?
The Green Party has ballot access. And so that's we've been able to keep that up so far and meet the requirements that the state of Michigan lays out for political parties.
We interviewed your candidate for governor on one of the podcasts, and she said I believe it was your education candidate that got a lot of votes in the prior election, so that assured you ballot access.
Yes, that is a big part of what has kept us on the ballot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So, like trustees for each of the big universities, State Board of Education. Yeah, they tend to. I mean, they have many candidates running at once, and each candidate usually gets quite a few votes. So.
that is good. So then you can focus all that much more energy into the campaign itself rather than having to worry about getting all the signatures and doing all the ballot access stuff.
Yes, that is a huge help. So we're very lucky to have ballot access. We're doing everything we can to keep that up.
I hope you may keep that up. That'd be awesome if you can
Yeah,
continue.
yeah.
So when is the election itself?
It is November 8th, 2022. So 450 some days, I think I saw on my calendar, something like that. So this is actually the first thing I've done for it, for this campaign. So thanks again for having me.
Sure, we're glad to have you. We're
Yeah,
glad to get the message out.
yeah. I'm looking forward to getting a more coordinated campaign. One thing, well, I ran in 2020. One thing I'm changing this year is I'm trying to do everything for free. So I'm not taking donations, and I'm just trying to do free websites. My website is Creviere for Congress.mobyrise.com. So it's free, because the party isn't able to give candidates money, and neither the state party nor the national party. And in order to continue having candidates that are running against things that I disagree with, anyway, I think it's very important that we find ways that don't include funding to promote candidates, and that's why I'm trying this approach.
So what did you run for in 2020?
Congress.
Oh, you also ran for Congress.
Yes.
Okay, so because Congress is every 2 years, so you ran in 2020 and now you're running for 2022. I see.
Correct. Yep.
So do you have any podcasts you like to listen to that you would like to recommend to our audience?
Um, Not that are political, I guess. Um, that's something I haven't really gotten into, the podcast. So I usually just try to stick with the news and AP and Reuters, and I've got a few things I follow on social media. But I haven't really been following a podcast. Sorry to
That's
say. Yeah,
that's okay. Some people use it, some people don't. It all depends on what
it's
you're doing.
it's a really great medium. I'm really glad you're doing it. So,
Excellent.
yeah.
So how about book recommendations? Do you have any book recommendations for our audience?
Book recommendations. What a great question. Uh, you know, I honestly have tended to stay away from books and concentrate more on what I love in music. Um, I read so much in college that I sort of gave up on reading as a main media source. So
So
no,
yeah,
I wouldn't have any book recommendations.
that's okay. Since you were saying about music, do you by chance have any music recommendations for our audience?
Um, Boy, there is so much stuff going on there. A lot of people in the studio, coming out with new records right now. I'm trying to think of something that came out this year. There's a new Brian Ferry live at Royal Albert Hall that just came out that I've been listening to a lot lately.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that inspires you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So if people want to support your campaign, whether they live in Michigan or if they're outside of Michigan and they want to help your campaign, how do they do that?
Well, they can go to my website and they can send me an email and tell me that they're interested in helping. I think the main thing people can help me with is word of mouth, and just letting people know that there are choices out there, that they don't have to, pick one side or the other. And that I think if they take a look at what the Green Party is trying to offer, that they'll find ideas that will resonate and will advance the cause of everyone. So.
Earlier you mentioned your website. Can
Yeah.
you repeat that again, please?
Sure. It's Creviere, so that's Creviere, for the number 4 Congress dot mobirise mobirise.com, and it's Mobirise because it's a free site, and there. So far, I think pretty much this website covers everything I was able to do with one that was paid for in my last campaign. So so far, I'm sticking with that, and I'm sticking with the free money campaign. Good ideas beat bad ideas, and you shouldn't need to spend money on them.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We wish you well in your campaign and all your other endeavors, and may you continue to fight the good fight.
Thank you so much, and I'll definitely check out your podcast. So, and hopefully I'll be starting to follow yours a little bit more. So maybe you'll be the first one I follow on a regular basis.
There we go. That would be a great way to start.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great day and all the best to you.
Thank you very much. You as well.